the principle of conservation of mass and its significance in food process engineering. This principle states that mass cannot be created or destroyed during a process, meaning sa food processing, kung unsay mass nga nisulod sa system, mao ra gihapon ang total mass nga mogawas apil na dira ang accumulation or losses. Importante ni siya sa food process engineering kay gigamit ni siya sa material balance. For example, kung mag-dry ta og food, makalculate nato kung pila ka moisture ang nawala, pila ang final product, o pila ang waste. Tungod ani, mas makontrol nato ang process efficiency, cost, o consistency sa product. Derive the Posai equation and explain its importance in the design of food processing system. So this is the free body diagram. Cylinder ni siya. And then sa center sa cylinder is from center to the surface muna siya ang iyang radius. Then ang velocity niya is 0 if duol siya sa surface. While magkaduol siya sa center, ang velocity pod niya is magkadako. Then muni ihang total length. So for front view, mao ni siya. Then muni iyang thickness, which is the dx. So the first step in deriving the Posai equation is to find the viscous force, which is F is equals to negative N A dV over dx, where negative N is the coefficient of viscosity, A is the area of the cylinder, where ang area niya is 2 pi xl, and dV over dx is muna siya ang velocity gradient. So by putting the value of the area sa area dire, muna siya negative n times 2 pi xl times dV over dx. So next is the internal force, which is ang formula niya is pressure times area of the circle. So ang gamito na to na area sa circle is pi x squared. So next step is flow of the liquid must be steady state. Therefore, para steady state siya, ang viscous force kay equal nato siya sa external force, which is negative n times 2 pi xl dV over dx is equals to P times pi x squared. Since dV man nato ang gipangita, then by rearranging the formula, himo siya P pi x squared dx over negative n times 2 pi xl. So makancel ang pi sa tasok sa ubos, then ang x squared over x tayo mabilin na x. So ang final dV is equals to negative px dx over n to L. Muna siya ang equation number 3. So to get the total velocity, i-integrate nato ang equation number 3. So integration of dV is equals to integration of negative px dx. So by integrating ani nila, ang final is v is equals to negative p over 2 and L x squared over 2 plus c. Muna siya ang equation number 4. Next na to buhaton is pangitaon nato ang value sa C. So sa kato ang free diagram na circle, sa surface sa circle, makita nato na x is equals to r and V is equals to 0. So, from equation number 4, ma-rewrite na to siya as 0 is equals to negative PR squared over 4NL plus C. So, by rearranging the formula, since C atong pangitaon, kuha na siya, mahimo na siya, C is equals to PR squared over 4NL. Since nakuha naman nato ang value sa C, then pwede nato siya ma-substitute sa equation number 4, which is V is equals to negative P over 2 pi L times x squared over 2 plus PR squared over 4NL. So, pag ato na siyang i-rearrange, V is equals to P over 4NL times R squared minus X squared. So, kani, mo ni siya ang equation for velocity at a perpendicular distance x from the axis of the cylinder due to the flow of the fluid. Step is considering the thin strip of area if it is expanded. So, from the free body diagram, sa katuang circle, ay sa atoang cylinder, sa front surface niya, mo ni ang iyahang thickness. Kani ang nai-hollow, or mao ni siya. Then, pag magkuha tag thin strip ana, like ato siyang i-rectangular, iyang thickness mo ni ang dx, then iyang length kay 2 pi x. So, by formula, dA is equals to 2 pi x dx. Using the rate of flow or volume flow rate na formula, which is VQ is equals to dA times V, then ang dA is equals to 2 pi x dx. Then ang ato ang V na P over 4NL times R squared minus X squared. Then by rearranging dayon sa formula, mo na ni siya, dq is equals to P2 pi over 4NL times R squared X minus X. Para makuha na to ang Q, ato na po siyang i-integrate, which is magbutang lang ta og upper og lower limit, which is ang upper limit nato kay R, then ang lower limit nato kay 0. Then 2p pi over 4NL times R squared X minus X cubed dx. Ipagawas kibali nato ang iyahang whole number, which is 2p theta over 4NL, then integration of R squared X minus X cubed dx with a lower limit of 0 tapos upper limit na R. Kung ano dayon to, imuhang ipuli ang X into R. Then Q is equals to P pi over 2L times R squared over 2 minus R4 over 4. Or, may mo siya P pi over 2L times R4 over 2 minus R to the 4 over 4. So muna ni ang final na Poisson equation, which is Q is equals to pi PR to the 4 over 8NL, where Q is the rate of flow through a cylindrical pipe, P is the pressure, R is the radius of the pipe, N is the coefficient of viscosity, and L is the length of the cylinder. The Poisson equation is important in the design of food processing system because it explains how liquids flow through pipes under smooth or laminar conditions. Many foods products such as milk, juice, and oil are transported through pipelines. So understanding their flow is essential. This will also determine the required pressure, proper pipe size, and suitable pump selection. It also helps reduce energy loss and ensures smooth flow, which protects product quality and supports hygienic operation. Question number 3. Discuss the difference between Newtonian and non-Newtonian fluids with examples from food system. Newtonian fluids have a constant viscosity, meaning the resistance to flow does not change with applied force or shear rate. Examples in food system include water, milk, and vegetable oil. On the other hand, non-Newtonian fluid kay mag-usab ang viscosity depende sa shear or force applied. Daghan nga food products ang na-fall ani na category like ketchup, yogurt, honey, chocolate, o starch solution. For example, ketchup becomes thinner when shaken or squeezed, showing shear thinning behavior. Question number 4. Describe the physical significance of viscosity and its importance in food processing operations. Viscosity is basically a measure of resistance of fluid sa pagflow. Physically, it represents the internal friction between fluid layers. Sa food processing, dako og role ang viscosity kay ma-affect siya sa pumping, mixing, heat transfer o texture sa product. For example, ang mga high viscosity foods like sauces or syrups kay masiswitch siya i-pump and need siya og high energy requirement. That's why controlling viscosity is essential for achieving desired mouthfeel, stability, and uniform heating or cooling. Question number 5. Explain the concept of laminar, transitional, and turbulent flow and their relevance in food pipelines. So, laminar flows occurs at low velocity, where the fluid kay smooth o parallel iyahang movement. Kasagaran ni makita sa viscous foods like syrups and purees. Whereas ang transitional flow, this is in between state. Unstable siya, dili pa laminar o dili pod turbulent. So ang turbulent flow occurs at high velocity kung asa chaotic o kusog ang mixing sa fluids. So sa food pipelines, importante ni kay ang flow regime maka-affect sa heat transfer, pressure drop, mixing, o cleaning efficiency. Usually, turbulent flow ang preferred sa CIP system kay mas effective siya sa cleaning o heat transfer. Question number 6. Discuss the role of natural and forced convection in food heating and cooling operations. Natural convection happens tungod sa density differences caused by temperature changes. Warmer fluid rises while cooler fluid sinks. It is common in slow heating or cooling processes, such as food stored in still air or water. For forced convection, on the other hand, it uses pumps or fans to move the fluid. Ang role ani niya kay faster o more uniform heating or cooling. Mao nga widely used siya sa pasteurizers, heat exchangers, o blast freezers. Importante ni siya sa food safety o consistent product quality. Question number 7. Explain hygienic design considerations for heat transfer equipment in food plants. Ang role sa hygienic design is to ensure food safety and prevent contamination. Ang heat transfer equipment such as heat exchanger o pasteurizers need siya na easy to clean o safe for food contact. This includes using smooth, non-toxic, o corrosion-resistant materials like stainless steel, avoiding dead zones, and ensuring CIP compatibility, and proper sealing. Because of this, ma-alleviate ang microbial growth, cross-contamination, and spoilage o masunod ang food safety regulations. Problem number 1. For the production of olive oil, the olives are washed, crushed, malaxated, and separated into oil, water, and solid by centrifugation, as in the following flow in the chart. Find the flow rate in the exit streams given that A is the composition of olives is 20% oil, 35% water, and 45% solid. The composition of the discharge solid stream in the decanter is 50% solids and 50% water. 90% of the oil is taken out in the first disc centrifuge, and the ratio of the olives to water added in the decanter is equals to 1. The solution follows the process and nag-apply siya og simple mass balance idea. First, the olives enter the system at 2,000 kg per hour. And nag-contain siya og oil, water, and solids. The washer, hammer, and malaxation steps only prepare the olives and doesn't remove any materials. So the amount of oil, water, and solids remain unchanged up to the decanter. The decanter produces a solid and liquid streams. All the solids from the olives leaves in the solid stream, so mag-leave siya sa solid stream. And this stream contains 50% solid and 50% water with no oil, because the total amount of solid in the olive is known. The flow rate of the solid stream can be found directly using a mass balance. So, first step in calculating this problem is pangitaon na to ang flow rate in the exit stream, which is ang kaning solid, ang oil 1, ang oil 2, and ang water. So, overall mass balance formula is olives plus water and olives is equals to solid plus oil 1 plus oil 2 plus water. So, ang diri ana part is mo ni siya ang iyahang mga naasa mga outflow kibali kani. So, for mass balance, O1 plus O2 is equals to 2,000 times 0.20. So, ang O1 nato is 400 times 0.90. Nahimo na siya og 400, it's because ang olive na 2,000 kg per hectare, gitimesan siya og 20%. So, equals to 400 times sa 90% dayon na oil that taken out in the first disc centrifuge plus O2 is equals to 2,000 times 0.20. Ang 0.20 kay mo gyapon na siya ang sa percent sa oil. So, ang O2 nato is equals to 40 kg per hour. 40 kg per hour. So, solving for Q1. So, ang Q1 nato kay 400 times 0.90 is equals to 360 kg per hour. For the solid mass balance, 2000 rather times 0.45 is equals to S times 0.50. Since times na to siya og 0.50, kaya nag-ingon man siya na the composition of the discharge solid stream in the decanter is 50% solid. So ang S kay 1,800 kg per hour. So next is the water mass balance. So for the water mass balance, 2,000 times 0.35 plus 2,000 is equals to S plus times 0.50 plus the water. So upon calculation, makakuha ta sa value sa water is equals to 1,800 kg per hour. Problem number 2. Sucrose syrup flows in a pipe of 0.023 meter inside diameter at a rate of 40 LT per minute. While steam is condensing on the outside surface of the pipe, the syrup is heated from 50 to 70 degrees Celsius, while the inside wall is at 80 degrees Celsius. So, calculate the heat transfer coefficient and the required length of the pipe. So, here are the process in calculating the heat transfer coefficient. So, ang first step nato nabuhaton is selection of fluid properties at the mean temperature. Since ang fluid properties kay mag-vary siya with temperature, the physical properties of the syrup ma-evaluate siya at average or bulk temperature of the fluid inside the pipe. So by formula, T in plus T out over 2 or 50 plus 70 over 2 is equals to 60 degrees Celsius. Since ang atong average temperature is 60 degrees Celsius, and from the properties of sucrose syrup at 60 degrees Celsius, so iyang density is 1,200 kg per meter cube. Then iyang mu60 is equals to 3.8 Cp, 2.3 Cp, and iyang CP60 is equals to 3120 joule per kilogram degrees Celsius. Ang iyang K60 is equals to 0.46 watts per meter degree Celsius. So the second step na atong buhaton is to calculate the Reynolds number. So diri nato mahibal-an if the flow regime inside the pipe. And calculating the Reynolds number, first kung sa nato ang discharge, which is 40 liter per minute. Given na siya, then i-convert lang nato siya into meter cube per second. Ang magawasan na niya is 0.000667 meter cube per second. Then sunod is ang pipe sa diameter, which is 0.023. Next, kuon nato ang ihang cross-sectional area of the pipe. So ang area nato na gamiton is pi d squared over 4. So ang answer 0.000415 meters squared. Sunod is average velocity, which ang formula gyud ana is discharge is equals to velocity times area. So by rearranging the formula, V is equals to Q over A. So nakuha man nato ang discharge na 0.000667 meter cube per second over ang area na 0.000415. So ato ang velocity is 1.607 meter per second. So ang atong Reynolds number by formula, rho v d is equals to mu, or ipansak ang mga value mo ni siya ang mugawas 11,672. So ang step 3 is mag-identify ta og mga heat transfer condition. So based on the calculated Reynolds number, the fluid motion is forced convection. Next, ang heat transfer nag-occur siya sa sulod sa circular pipe. So since ang Reynolds number is greater than 4,000, di ba ang Reynolds number kay 11,672 man, therefore the flow is turbulent. So these conditions justify the use of turbulent flow Nusselt number correlation. Kung step 4, mag-select na dayon ka og appropriate Nusselt number correlation. So for turbulent flow inside a smooth circular pipe with viscosity correction, the Ditus-Boelter type equation is used. So muni ang formula na ni gamit. Next nato na our fifth set steps is i-calculate nato ang Prandtl number. So this represents the ratio of the momentum diffusivity to thermal diffusivity. So muni ang iyahang formula. PR is equals to Cp U over K is equals to 3120 times 0.0038 over 0.46 is equals to 25.8. So ang next step nato, which is ang step 6, is magdetermine ta og Nusselt number. So by formula sa Nusselt, 0.023 times 11,672 to the power of 0.8 times 25.8 to the power of 0.33 times 3.8 over 2.3 to the power of 0.4 is equals to 129.4. So, ang step 7 nato is muna rin mag-calculate na ta sa convective heat transfer coefficient. The Nusselt number is related to the heat transfer coefficient. So mo ni siya ang formula sa Nusselt number. Nu is equals to H dK. So since kanimang H atong gipangita, which is a heat transfer coefficient, by rearranging the formula, ang H nato kay is equals to 2,588 watts per meter squared degrees Celsius. Ang next nato na i-determine is ang length sa pipe. So ang step 1 nato na buhaton is heat transfer rate using energy balance. The heat gained by the liquid is calculated using the enthalpy balance. So enthalpy is equals to mCp times T out minus T in. Nato buhaton is mag-calculate ta og mass flow rate. So ang formula niya is discharge times the density. So ang answer niya is 0.8 kg per second. Next is kuha na to ang iyang heat rate transfer, which is Q is equals to 0.8 times 3120 times 70 minus 50 is equals to 49,920 watts. So ang step 2 is i-calculate nato ang heat transfer rate using convective equation. So mo ni ang equation, Q is equals to H times area times ang ihang log mean temperature difference. So first, i-calculate sa nato ang log mean temperature difference, which is 80 minus 50 minus the quantity of 80 minus 70 over ln 80 minus 50 over 80 minus 70 ang answer na niya is 18.12 degrees Celsius. Next na to i-calculate is ang heat transfer area. So ang area na to na gamiton is pi d L. So naman tayo diameter na. So next na to kwaon is ang heat transfer area, which is ang area niya is pi dl. Since given man ang diameter then unknown ang length, so ang answer sa area is 0.0723 length. So upon substitution, Q is equals to 258 times 0.0723 L mo ni siyang area times 182 is equals to 3405.45 liters. So last step nato na buhaton, which is ang step 3, is to calculate the pipe length. Since both method describes the same heat transfer, so ang 3,405.45 times length is equal siya sa 49,920. So, upon calculation, makuha nato na ang length is equals to 14.66 meter. Problem number 3. A liquid food is heated at a rate of 1 kilogram per second in a double pipe heat exchanger. The liquid enters the inside tube at 10 degrees Celsius and exits at 70 degrees Celsius. Water is used as the heating medium, entering the annular space of heat exchanger at 90 degrees Celsius, flowing in a counter current made and existing at 60 degrees Celsius. If the overall heat transfer coefficient of the heat exchanger is 2,000 watts per meter squared degrees Celsius, calculate the required water flow rate, the required heat transfer area, and the effectiveness of the heat exchanger. Use a value of 3.5 kilojoule per kilogram degrees Celsius for the heat capacity of the liquid and 4.8 kilojoule per kilogram degrees Celsius for the water. So ato ang assumption, 1 is steady state operation, 2 is no heat loss to surroundings, 3 constant specific heat, 4 one-dimensional heat transfer, 5 is counter current flow. So step 1 nato is mag-calculate og energy or enthalpy balance. Heat gained by liquid food. Q is equals to MC CP times T outside minus T inside na cold, which is ang value niya is 210 kilowatts. Next, i-calculate na to ang heat loss by water or the required water flow rate. Q is equals to mass flow rate na hot times CP na hot fluids times T inside minus T outside na hot fluid. So, i-calculate. So, ipansak na to ang mga value. Given man ni siya. Given pod ang CP o ang temperature kay given pod. Ang unknown is ang mass. Ang kaning mass flow rate sa hot fluids or ang water flow rate. So, mo ni siya ang upon solving ang kuan niya, ang water flow rate is 1.67 kilograms per second. So step 2 is i-calculate nato yung logarithmic mean temperature difference for counter current flow. So temperature difference sa T1 for kuan ni siya, temperature sa hot fluid minus temperature sa cold fluid na 0 is equals to 90 minus 70 is equals to 20 degrees Celsius. Tapos temperature difference sa T2 is equals to temperature sa hot fluid na 0 minus temperature sa cold fluid na 1 is equals to 60 minus 10 is equals to 50 degrees Celsius. So, by formula sa logarithmic mean temperature difference, change in temperature T2 minus change in temperature T1 over ln change in temperature T2 over change in temperature T1. So, ang value na makuha nato is 32.7 degree Celsius. So, ang step 3 is ato yung calculate ang heat transfer area, which is ang formula niya is Q is equals to U area times the katuang temperature na nasolve nato gaina. I-convert nato ang heat rate to watts, which is ang Q is equals to 210,000 watts na siya. So, area man nato ang gipangita, upon rearranging the formula na gikan ani, makuha nato ang heat transfer area na 32.1 meter squared. So, ang step 4 nato na buhaton is, i-calculate nato ang heat exchanger effectiveness. For hot fluids, ang heat exchanger effectiveness sa C hot is equals to 6.99 kilowatts per degree Celsius. For cold fluids, then 3.5 kilowatts per degree Celsius, or mo na siya ayang C mean. So, the effectiveness formula using cold fluid, muna ni siya ang effectiveness formula, mag-solve na ta. E is equals, by formula, E is equals to C cold times T CO minus TCI over C minimum times T HI minus TCI. So, ipansak na to ang value mo ni siya. Then, ang mga results sa effectiveness formula using cold fluid is 0.75.